Zeal Education Society, redefining excellence.
Welcome back. In continuation to previous lectures, now we will see another method to determine the state transition matrix, and that is similarity transformation approach. Now in this approach, what we will do, first let us transform matrix A, of which we want to determine the state transition matrix, into diagonal or Jordan canonical form by the transformation x is equal to px bar, which already we have seen. We use this transformation where P is the model matrix, and then in that case what we get, say the transformed model, then the transformed state model has the state equation x bar dot is equal to P inverse AP x bar. And now let P inverse AP is equal to J or D. So if this P inverse AP is a diagonal matrix, let us call it D, and if it is a Jordan matrix, let us call it as a J matrix. And that depends upon the eigenvalues of A. If the eigenvalues of A are distinct, you will get diagonalized matrix, and in case of repeated roots, you will get the Jordan matrix. Then what I can get here is, then I will write, now let us do it for distinct roots. And parallelly for repeated eigen values, because the treatment is same. And that is, then what I will say, here I have x bar dot is equal to dx bar. And then in that case what I will have is, say for example, solution of this. Solution is, solution of what? Solution of this matrix, this solution, state equation is x bar t is equal to e raised to dt into x bar 0. But I am not interested in x bar of t, I am interested in x of t. So what I will do now, what is x bar? So I want it to be x of t, so then this will be x of t will be equal to p x bar t, because x is equal to p x bar, and that will be equal to p e raised to dt. X bar 0 is p inverse x of 0, p inverse x of 0, and then this specific matrix is equal to e raised to at. So e raised to at can be calculated as p into e raised to dt into p inverse. What is p? P is the modal matrix. How to obtain? determine eigenvalues, then eigenvectors. Eigenvectors will be the columns of this P. Then find out P inverse. Now what is e raised to dt? So let's define it. Where e raised to dt is equal to, it is a diagonal matrix. Let it has n eigenvalues, then this will be e raised to lambda 1t 0, all zeros, 0, e raised to lambda 2t, all zeros, and let us continue it till the last. And this will be e raised to lambda nt, and this will be in continuation. So this e raised to dt matrix has e raised to power of the eigenvalue into t at the diagonal values, and remaining will be 0. Now let us see what about if the roots are repeated. Then in that case, this x bar dot becomes jx bar, where j is the Jordan matrix, that is same P inverse AP, and then solution will be x bar t will be equal to e raised to jt into x bar 0, and if we follow the same treatment, we get x of t is equal to p e raised to jt P inverse into x of 0, and then this is e raised to at. And what is e raised to jt? So let us consider a case where we have 3 repeated roots, lambda 1, lambda 1, lambda 1, and remaining are same. So this will be e raised to lambda 1t, then all zeros. Let us consider 3, so 3, this 0, 0, 0. Then here I will have another e raised to lambda 1t, then 0, then here I will have another e raised to lambda 1t, and the remaining are 0, and same way here this will be 0, and this will be e raised to lambda n t. Still we have to find out these elements, correct? So like Jordan matrix, here we will not have 0. Then what we will have here? So here we will have derivative of this with respect to lambda. So this will be t e raised to lambda 1t. Same here, t e raised to lambda 1t, and then remaining 0. And what about this element? In this element, this is another a repeated case. So what we have to take? We have to take derivative of this by 2 factorial. Then this will be t square e raised to lambda 1t divided by 2, and then remaining 0. So this is we have done in general. And now what we will do, we will write down this e raised to dt and e raised to jt for some 2 by 2 and 3 by 3 cases, distinct as well as repeated. Let us do that exercise because we will use it while solving the numerical examples. So what I will write here, form of e raised to dt for distinct roots for 2 by 2 A matrix. let us consider a matrix with dimension 2 by 2, and then e raised to dt will be equal to e raised to lambda 1t 0 0 e raised to lambda 2t. Very simple. Similarly, for 3 by 3 A matrix, so A matrix is now 3 by 3 and it has distinct roots, then e raised to dt will be equal to, very simple, say e raised to lambda 1t 0 0 0 e raised to lambda 2t 0 0 0 e raised to lambda 3t. So determine the lambdas and put it here. Now what we will do, we will say the form of e raised to zt. Actually they are same, just what we are doing it, for repeated root we are calling it a Jordan matrix, so zt, and for distinct roots we are calling it diagonal matrix, so it is dt. So for repeated roots, so this is for repeated root only and this is for distinct root only, just I have written it, and then this will be say for 2 by 2 A matrix, and it is repeated root case, means both are lambda 1 lambda 1. So then e raised to zt will be equal to e raised to lambda 1t e raised to lambda 1t, this will be 0 and this will be derivative of this element. Derivative of this will be t e raised to lambda 1t. Keep in mind that this is the derivative with respect to lambda 1 and not d by dt. It is d by d lambda 1. And now what we will do, we will take a case for 3 by 3 A matrix, repeated root, so it can be a two case, say lambda 1 lambda 1 lambda 2 or lambda 1 lambda 1 lambda 1. So we will tackle both cases. Say with eigenvalues lambda 1 lambda 1 and lambda 2, then it will be say e raised to zt is equal to e raised to lambda 1t e raised to lambda 1t e raised to lambda 2t. This is the diagonal, correct, and this is the repeated root. So now take derivative of this, so it will be t e raised to lambda 1t and remaining elements will be 0. Now we will take a case where for 3 by 3 A matrix with all repeated eigenvalues. That is lambda 1 lambda 1 lambda 1, and then what is e raised to zt? In that case e raised to zt is equal to e raised to lambda 1t e raised to lambda 1t e raised to lambda 1t. So all are repeated, and then above this will be derivative of this will be t e raised to lambda 1t. Same way for this it will be t e raised to lambda 1t, and these elements will be 0 0 0, and here derivative of this with respect to lambda divided by 2, so t square by 2 e raised to lambda 1t, and these are the standard forms and we have to use it. What is the formula for our state transition matrix? It's p e raised to dt into p inverse. So now let us solve the same two examples and we will cross verify the answers. So here the example 1, determine state transition matrix of A is equal to 0, 1, minus 2, minus 3. By which method? By similarity transformation method. And let us start the solutions. See, here we have to find out the eigenvalues. So, characteristic equation of A is determinant lambda I minus A equal to 0. So, this will be lambda minus 1, 2, lambda plus 3, that is lambda square plus 3 lambda plus 2 equal to 0. So, lambda equal to minus 1 minus 2. Now, we have to find out the modal matrix, that is step number 2. So, for finding out modal matrix, we have to find out the eigenvectors. Now, as discussed earlier, it is a case of distinct roots and it is a 2 by 2 matrix. So, let us go by the adjoint method. So, then I will find out adjoint. Adjoint of lambda I minus A is equal to lambda plus 3, 1, minus 2 and lambda. So, for lambda equal to minus 1, we get adjoint of lambda I minus A is equal to, this will be 2 minus 2, 1 minus 1, and that means P1 I can take as 1 minus 1. Even using van der Waals matrix, we could have done this, as this is given in controllable canonical form. So, answer is known to me, 1 minus 1 and 1 minus 2. So, for lambda equal to minus 2, adjoint of lambda I minus A is equal to, this will be 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2, and that means P2 is equal to 1 minus 2. So, I have the matrix P. So, modal matrix P is 1 minus 1, 1 minus 2, and that gives me the inverse P inverse as, say, P inverse, and that will be equal to, that is 1 minus 2. So, this becomes minus 2. Here it will be 1, this will be 1, this will be minus 1, or I will do it here. Minus 2, minus 1, 1 minus 1 divided by the determinant is minus 1, and that is equal to, so the P inverse is 2, 1 minus 1, 1. So, this is the determinant P inverse or matrix P inverse. Then next I have to find out e raised to dt. E raised to dt is equal to e raised to lambda 1t, that is e raised to minus t 0, 0, e raised to minus 2t. And then e raised to at is equal to p e raised to dt P inverse, that is equal to 1, 1 minus 1 minus 2 into e raised to minus t 0, 0, e raised to minus 2t into P inverse 2, 1 minus 1, 1, and that is equal to this is e raised to minus t 0, e raised to minus 2t minus e raised to minus t and minus 2 e raised to minus 2t, and this multiplied with 2, 1 minus 1, 1. So the multiplication is 2 e raised to minus t minus e raised to minus 2t, the first element. Second element is e raised to minus t minus 2 e raised to minus t plus 2 e raised to minus 2t, and the last element is minus, yes, this is minus 1, this was the mistake. See, the minor mistake will change the complete scenario. So this will be minus 1 and this will be minus 1. So this will be minus 1, and then this is e raised to minus t minus e raised to minus 2t, and last one is minus e raised to minus t plus 2 e raised to minus 2t. So this is the state transition matrix, and this is done. This is same as the earlier two cases. So do the calculations very carefully. Just we have seen that a minor mistake in taking the numbers can give you the completely wrong answer. So solve the problem very carefully. Let us solve the second example. In the second example, we have to determine STM of A is equal to minus 1, 1, 0, minus 1. And by the similarity transformation approach. So, characteristic equation of A is, this is the first step, finding out eigenvalues. Lambda plus 1 minus 1, 0, lambda plus 1 is equal to lambda plus 1 square equal to 0. So, the eigenvalues are lambda equal to minus 1, minus 1. And now this is the repeated root case. So let us find out the eigenvectors by generalized eigenvector approach. And that we have for generalized eigenvectors, we have lambda I minus A into x1 equal to 0 and lambda I minus A into x2 is equal to minus x1. Correct? So we will do this one. So what we have is lambda I minus A is lambda plus 1 minus 1 0 lambda plus 1 x1 x2, and that is equal to 0 0, and we have lambda equal to minus 1. So this will be 0 minus 1 0 0. So you are getting some sort of non-trivial kind of solution or multiple solutions. So here I will write for lambda equal to minus 1. So what we will do now, so this gives me 0 x1 minus x2 equal to 0 means x2 equal to 0, and you can take any value of x1. Let x1 is equal to 1. So P1 will be equal to 1 0. And then the second case, that is for repeated lambda equal to minus 1, we get 0 minus 1 0 0 x1 x2, and that is equal to what? This will be minus 1 0, because we have to take minus x1. So this is P1. So minus P1 means minus 1 0. And what it gives me? X2 equal to 1. And what about X1? Any X1 is valid. You can solve this. You take any value of X1. So when it is possible to take any value of X1, let us take it X1 equal to 1. Let X1 equal to 1. So P2 is equal to 1 1, and that gives me modal matrix P is equal to 1 0 1 1, and that gives me P inverse equal to 1 minus 1 0 1, because determinant is 1, so you can take it directly. And now let us find out e raised to at by the formula P e raised to zt into P inverse. So that is equal to, what is P? 1 0 1 1. What is e raised to zt? E raised to zt, it is a repeated root case, so e raised to lambda 1 t. So what is lambda 1? Minus 1. So e raised to minus t, e raised to minus t. Here t e raised to lambda 1 t. So t e raised to minus t 0, and P inverse is 1 0 minus 1 1. And now let us do it. So this is e raised to minus t plus 0, e raised to minus t. Next is t e raised to minus t plus e raised to minus t. 0 plus 0 is 0, and last one 0 plus 1. This is e raised to minus t, and this will be multiplying with 1 minus 1 0 1, and this is equal to e raised to minus t plus 0 is e raised to minus t. This will be minus e raised to minus t plus t e raised to minus t plus e raised to minus t. This will be 0 plus 0 as 0, and last one e raised to minus t. And what is it? It is equal to e raised to minus t 0. This gets cancelled, so t e raised to minus t, e raised to minus t. So it is one and the same. By all three methods, we have obtained the state transition matrix by Laplace transform approach. Then the second approach was the Cayley-Hamilton theorem approach. The third approach is using similarity transformation, and there is fourth option of method as well. That is as expansion as infinite series. But that method is typically not convenient to solve the problems on paper, but it is convenient to solve it on computer using the computer algorithms. So let us do one thing. Let us write that equation. Computation of STM by power series or infinite series method. Infinite series approach or method. So what is it? E raised to at is equal to I plus at plus a square t square by 2 factorial plus a cube t cube by 3 factorial, so on up to a raised to n t raised to n factorial, and this will expand till infinity. And then the same can be expressed as, I will purposely keep this I outside, otherwise I can take it inside as well. And then summation, it will be I equal to 1 to infinity a raised to I t raised to I upon I factorial. You can do like this, and you can use a computer algorithm to solve this. So this is enough in the today's class. In the next class we will see how to compute the solution of non-homogeneous state equation. Thank you.